Good morning, Margaret, my little workhorse.
Yes, thank you for calling. Goodbye. I see you bought yourself a coffee.
Well, I would have bought you one, Maggie, but I just couldn't find a halal coffee shop.
Are you just going to leave that there?
Oh, dear, have I set those J-cloth hormones racing?
If you don't mind, one of us has a career to attend to.
Ah, Marie Claire. If I'm not mistaken, this is the swimwear issue featuring the most beautiful woman in the world. My girlfriend.
How nice. Bikini on a stick.
Oh, Lauren.
Morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir, and what a splendid morning it is, too.
And set to become even more splendid, Bob. I'm throwing a little house party this weekend for a few close friends, movers and shakers, that kind of thing. I was hoping you might be able to join us.
Oh, I would be honoured, sir.
And your stunning girlfriend, of course.
This one, sir?
The very same. Oh, yes, she does have the most ravishing body, Bob, just as I'd imagined. You must be swollen with pride.
Morning, Newman, sir.
Would you mind if I hung on to this magazine? There's a couple of items here that have rather caught my eye.
No, please, be my guest. Well, Maggie, it appears I have just been ushered into the inner sanctum.
You just gave away my magazine.
Oh, don't be so petty, Maggie. Can't you see I'm being groomed for the top?
Bob, you've been invited to a suburban dinner party with a bunch of bloated middle-class bigots and their poodle wives. I can't think of anywhere I'd rather be less.
Well, the burden of leadership is not for everyone, Margaret. Anyway, Vorney will be thrilled with my news.
He's not in yet.
Not in? It's 11:05. Even I'm in. And what time do you call this, then?
Go easy on him. He and Bryony were having a heart-to-heart last night. I think they were splitting up.
Oh, thank goodness you don't react that way every time you get dumped, Maggie. Or we'd never see you, would we? I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay, Vaughan.
Well, fortunately, I was in at the crack of dawn to cover for you, Vaughan.
Thank you.
As it happens, I have some rather good news.
Oh, I'm pleased.
Well, do you want to hear what it is?
Maybe later.
There's precious little later left, Vaughan.
I've never seen him look so down.
Oh, I'll go and shake him out of it. Vaughnie. Whee! I can see you hurting. Share your pain. Go on, confide in me. You'll find I'm a very good listener. Go on. Don't be afraid. Jump. I'll catch you.
I have been stabbed in the heart 1,000 times. And the cruelest thing is, I'm still alive.
There. That wasn't so bad, was it? You'll be back to your old self in no time. Now, listen.
She was my whole world. She meant everything to me.
Yeah, but you'll get over it.
I could rip out my eyes right now and I wouldn't care. If I can't see Bryony again, I have no need for them.
All right, have it your own way. But here's something that will cheer you up. I have been invited to the marketing director's house party.
I remember the first time I met her. God, it was the happiest day of my life. Friday it was. Every day with Bryony was a Friday.
I've ticked the ones that are important. Okay, Meg. Oh, you just had to interfere, didn't you?
Some may call me a do-gooder. Well, if that's the price I have to pay, so be it.
It's like sending in an elephant to resuscitate a fruit fly.
All he needed was a sympathetic ear, Maggie. Do you know, sometimes I think the art of listening is a forgotten skill.
If I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have built a wall around my heart 10 feet thick. Bob, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being here for me. You haven't interrupted or hurried me along. You've just stood there patiently and listened. Thank you.
What are friends for, Bob?
Oh, Bryony. Bryony, Bryony!
Yes, such a pretty name. Female version of Brian, I presume.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, yes. In a cubist kind of way. Is that the right way up? To the untrained eye, it's quite difficult to tell.
I've been such a fool! How could I have missed the warning signs?
Vaughn, she'll be back. They always come back.
Her parting words to me were, don't come round, don't call, don't write. Think of me as dead.
Exactly. If I had a penny for every time a girl said that to me, I would be a very wealthy man indeed.
Look, I'm grateful to you for trying to cheer me up, but believe me, there's nothing you can do right now. I'm best off on my own.
Okay. Tell you what. Lauren and I are going to the opening of a new club tonight. Why don't you come with us?
I'd only be a damp squib.
Okay, okay. Look, why don't just you and me go out tonight? We get you local, get pissed, get barred. What do you say?
Won't Lauren be expecting you to take her to the new club?
She'll understand. You forget, she's perfect. Anyway, your emotional well-being is far more important to me than any nightclub opening.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Oh, you big lug.
I've brought your magazine back, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
She's a rare beauty, that Lauren. It's not often one comes across a body as fresh as that.
No, sir.
About this weekend, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I aspire to, sir.
You swing, do Bob?
Swing, sir?
Ride the suburban merry-go-round?
The merry-go-round, sir?
Toss your keys into the hat and leave it to Lady Luck? What?
Oh, absolutely, sir. But of course, the decision isn't mine alone to make. And, well, Lauren is something of an independent spirit. I fear she might take some winning over on this one.
Well, I'm sure I can rely on you. It would be selfish to keep a girl like that all to yourself, and this weekend provides the golden opportunity. You don't want to leave it too long, you know. Mrs. Marketing Director isn't getting any younger.
What a appalling thought. One tries not to be over-possessive, of course, but, well, there are times with Lauren when I'm even jealous of myself. Darling, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be able to go to the party tonight.
Bobby, everyone's expecting us.
I know, it's a real pain, but Vaughn's been ditched by his girlfriend.
Wasn't there anyone else who could look after him?
You think a guy like Vaughn's got friends?
I guess not.
Oh, I said I'd go to the pub with him, have a few pints, maybe go for a curry or something.
Bobby, I'm just being selfish. Of course you must. You're such a sweetheart.
What will you do? You still go to the opening?
It wouldn't be the same without you. Besides, I've had a really long shoot today, and I could do with an early night.
Oh, I almost forgot. I've got some wonderful news. The marketing director's invited us to his house party this weekend.
Bobby, that's great. I'll wear my Versace. That'll get you promoted.
I've just got to sort out the sleeping arrangements. I'm really sorry about tonight. It's just Vaughn's such a tragic case. Somebody's got to help resurrect his wretched life. Come on then, Vaughnie. Take me to your room.
3 days ago, Bryony was sitting where you are now. I thought you were happy. How naive I was. Do you know what she said to me last night?
No.
She said she felt we'd become like brother and sister, which was bloody hurtful, actually.
Vaughan, you've got to move on. Relationships are like living organisms. They grow, they change, they die. I mean, look at this lot. They might look happy now, but in 3 years' time, none of them will be together. Look at these two. They'll be married in a year, divorced in 2. He's already given the eye to Goldilocks over there.
What exactly are you insinuating?
Do you mind not listening in on our conversations? Where was I? Oh, yeah, Goldilocks. She's destined to have an affair with Mr. Weirdo Beardo over there. He's already having regular squelching sessions with Ginger Minge, whose fiancé, unknown to her, is a screaming queen. And as for Noddy No Mates at the bar, he'll be banged up in a couple of months for buggering the landlord's whippet. You see, the point I'm trying to make to you all is nothing is set in stone. You have to live for the moment. And what you need right now, more than anything else, is to have some fun. And I know the place to have it. Come on. Evening. Cookies you like? Oh, Bonnie, welcome to my world.
I'm not sure this is a good idea, Bob. Sorry.
Nonsense. You look ravishing. Oh, if I was a single man.
Bobby, you're incorrigible.
Now, have nothing to do with this playboy. He is a thoroughly reprehensible character. Don't trust him, don't listen to him. He will do anything to snare you.
Really?
You have been warned.
Hi.
Sorry.
Sasha!
Do you know what, Rusty? How long have you been going out with Bryony for? Since nursery school?
Juniors, actually.
It's going to be harder than I thought. Fortunately, Vaughan, your prayers have just been answered. You see that gorgeous-looking girl over there? Yeah? That is Melissa, a woman who has never knowingly said no to a man in her life. Melissa!
Have you been avoiding me?
No, of course not. Listen, I've got a little treat for you.
You have?
Are you feeling hungry tonight?
Oh, you know me, Bobby.
I've got a nice piece of fresh meat for you.
You do?
Lissa, meet Borny.
Oh, Bobby, you're such a tease.
There's something I never thought I'd live to see.
You'll excuse me, Bob. I think I've repelled enough girls for one night. Listen, thanks for trying. I want you to know that I do appreciate it.
Borny, for God's sake! Borny! Loads of girls fancy you. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. They do. I know someone who worships the ground you walk on. Oh, she practically faints every time you enter a room. Who is it? I've said too much. It's the champagne talking. Well, for Christ's sake, tell me who it is! I can't, Vaughan. Maggie would never forgive me if she found out I told... Maggie! Shit! She'll kill me! Maggie fancies me! She doesn't fancy you, Vaughan. She idolizes you. You'll probably find her bedroom is a shrine to you. You believed it! She kept them cards close to her chest, didn't she? Close to her ample chest, Vaughan.
Hi, Mags. Beautiful day.
Why are you showing me your teeth?
You're going to be seeing a lot more of these from now on.
They're too good for every day. Why don't you keep them for special occasions?
Right. right. Like, tonight, maybe?
What the hell's going on? One night out with you and he turns into Julio Iglesias.
Yes, he has rather perked up, hasn't he?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was coming on to me.
Oh, you never rest, do you? Those antennae of yours are working night and day.
So what was that then?
Maggie, you're reading messages into the most innocent of gestures. You see, your problem is you've got a Mills and Boon mind. You're tuned into Radio Romance when it's Frigid FM you should be listening to.
Miss Maggie Starr,
Yes?
somebody love you.
I wonder what fanciful notion you're going to read into this.
A little something for your shrine. Your prince awaits until later. All my love, V. You're behind this, aren't you?
There you go again.
You've told him some ludicrous story about me fancying him, haven't you?
Well, he does seem rather taken with you. You should be flattered.
How dare you tell him such a lie?
Maggie, I took a huge gamble using your name. There was no guaranteed bite.
I'm going to tell him right now that you made the whole thing up.
No. What, and undo all my good work? It would destroy him.
Well, you should have thought of that earlier.
Maggie, listen to me. He might look whole, but he's held together with sticky tape. That's not Vaughan in there. That's Humpty Bloody Dumpty.
I'm not listening.
Maggie!
In you, he's found a flicker of hope. Would you now just callously snuff that out? Give us till 5 o'clock. I'll sort it out.
Or I will.
Hey, how could I have been so blind? It's obvious now. The body language. Hey, a look here, a gesture there. Ah, gosh, she's toying with me, Bob.
Oh, she's a temptress, all right.
Oh, God, I'm as horny as a rabbit. I'm gonna make me move.
Oh, well, isn't that just typical of the Western male attitude? Maggie's from the East, Vaughan, where the ultimate sexual fulfillment is derived from the most exquisite anticipation.
What does that mean, then?
It means you've got to give her time to get her knickers steamed up.
Maybe you're right.
Let us savour the moment. Come 5 o'clock, mate, she'll be quivering with desire.
Okay. But I warn you, if she walks through that door, there'll be no stopping us.
Well, looks like there's only one thing for it. I'm going to have to locate the creature from the Black Lagoon. Brian, is that you?
What do you want?
Oh, you mask your pain well, but inside I know you must be hurt.
I suppose Vaughan sent you.
No, he has no idea I'm here. It's Maggie that I'm concerned about.
Maggie?
Yes. I know it appears that she has the hide of a rhinoceros, but really she's a delicate little flower.
So what is it that you're trying to say?
Well, you know what it's like. A relationship goes through a sticky patch, a couple split up, and then a week later they're back together again. I just hate to see Maggie get hurt, that's all.
Are you telling me that Maggie has a thing for Vaughan?
Well, it's not often a catch like him is thrown back into the sea. You can't blame Maggie for casting her line. After all, she's only flesh and blood. Well, mostly flesh.
I don't believe this. Maggie and Vaughan? How long's this been going on?
For Maggie, from the moment she set eyes on him. But Vaughan learned of her devotion only yesterday.
What?
Yes, and before she offers up her vulnerable little heart on a plate and takes dear Vaughanie to delirious heights of Eastern eroticism, I just wanted to make sure that your relationship was truly over.
The opportunistic little bitch!
You never guess who I've just had on the phone. Bryony. She wants me back. No! She's on her way round now. Can you believe it? What am I going to do? Hey, yesterday I had nobody. Today I've got two of the most beautiful women in the world chasing after me.
Well, it's a tough one, Vaughanie. I don't envy you the choice.
Cool. No. Who am I kidding? It's Bryony I love. It's always been Bryony. What I'm going to say to Maggie, she'll be devastated.
Tell you what, I'll explain everything to Maggie.
Would you do that for me?
Sure, I mean, what are friends for?
can I ever repay you?
Well, the best way to thank me is to put your head down and catch up with some of our work.
Ah, Bob, word in your ear. Mrs. Marketing Director and I have had a bit of a rethink about this weekend.
Ah, rethink, sir.
Yes, she suggested that it might be more intimate if it were just the four of us. This being our first get-together, so to speak. After all, you don't want us stuck in the kitchen all weekend when she could be in the bedroom.
I see, sir.
I assume you've sorted everything out with Lauren.
Well, it's bad news, I'm afraid, sir. She just won't be persuaded.
Oh, bugger. That's a body blow, Bob.
Well, nobody could be more disappointed than me, sir.
Apart from me, of course.
I do hope Mrs. Marketing Director won't be too put out.
Well, doesn't seem to be any way around it. Still, we're fairly flexible about this sort of thing. So, just the three of us it is, then. Now, Mrs. Marketing Director likes to go for the black silk sheets on these occasions. Terribly sensuous, but they do stain rather easily.
Oh.
Still, what better way of keeping the score, eh?
Yes, sir, about this weekend.
I have to sleep nearest the door, what with my prostate problem. And the lady wife likes to be by the window because of the asthma. So you'll be in the middle. That okay?
Sir, I'm feeling rather guilty that I'll be turning up at the party without a bottle, as it were.
Oh, I know, it's about a shame, Bob, but I'll console myself behind the camcorder, don't you worry.
The thing is, sir, I do know of another young couple who are desperately keen to spice up their sex lives.
Really?
Oh, yes. Well, it would seem fairer all round if, well, they were to take my place.
Well, it's an interesting idea, Bob. Do I know them?
Oh, indeed you do, sir. They are none other than dear old Vaughan and his gorgeous girlfriend, the insatiable Bryony.
Good God. I'd never have put his name down for the mixed doubles. He is a dark horse.
Oh, and hung like one, apparently, too.
Well.
They are first-timers, of course. Hugely enthusiastic, but, well, they lack experience. They will need to be disciplined.
Oh, no worries there, Bob. Mrs. Marketing Director's a dab ham with a bullwhip.
I'll make the necessary arrangements, then, shall I, sir?
Well, if you're sure you're not too put out, it seems like the ideal solution. Well, I won't forget this, Bob.
Neither will they, sir. Neither will they. Vaughnie, do you remember the marketing director's house party I was telling you about?
Yes, Mr. Fast Track, I do.
Well, I've just been pointing out what an unsung hero of this department you are, and, well, at the risk of a sainthood, I suggested that Lauren and I stand down this weekend, and you and Bryony take our place. You did that for me? Yes, I did. And if I were you, I'd jump at the chance before I changed my mind.
Bob, this is so generous of you.
And don't you go telling Bryony. I want you to take all the credit for yourself.
Really, thanks.
Play your cards right, mate. And this could be the best career move of your life.
Oh, hi, Bryony. What a nice surprise.
I bet it is. You didn't waste any time, did you?
Sorry?
Just you keep your Kama Sutra techniques to yourself. You harlot. Hello, Dumpy.
Oh, Fluffy.
Bryony?
Bob, got some great news. We have been invited to the marketing director's house party this weekend. I'm in the fast track now.
That's wonderful. Suppose he'll be there, will he?
No, I didn't get invited.
I'm so proud of you, Dumpy.
Go on, off you go, you lovesick fools. You've got a lot of making up to do.
We have. Thanks, Bob.
Oh, Vaughnie. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I'm sorry, Bob. Can't promise you that. Bye, Maggie.
Well, Maggie, Vaughan's back with his girlfriend. You're a spinster once more. My work is done. when the halos are handed out, I'd like to think there are a couple coming my way.
I'll tell you what's coming your way. A dozen long-stem roses straight up your bottom.
You're new to flower arranging, aren't you, Maggie?
I don't like being used.
Do I detect a tinge of disappointment?
What? Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Well, it'd be perfectly understandable. I mean, today, for the first time ever, you experience what it is to be adored. And then, just like that, the bubble burst. And all that's left in your life is a soapy void.
Piss off, Bob.
Lauren, babe!
Don't you babe me! A couple of pints and a curry, you said? You deliberately ditched me so you could go to that opening with Vaughn, didn't you?
Of course not. I told you he was depressed. I was just trying to cheer him up.
Well, he's cheered up all right. I just passed him in the foyer, smothered by some tart with her tongue down his throat.
Darling, I can explain.
Save it, Bob! I've had it up to here with your bullshit excuses!
But you've got it all wrong.
No, Bob. This time I've got it absolutely right. I've booked myself on a flight to Nice this evening.
Nice?
A photographer has invited me down to his villa in Cap Ferrat. What I need right now is breathing space.
Oh, but babe...
So I don't want you to call, I don't want you to write, and I don't want you to send yourself DHL. Got it?
But I bought you these.
Well, you know where you can shove them, don't you?
Doesn't anyone use a fucking vase anymore?
And then, just like that, the bubble burst. I told you not to interfere, didn't I?
That's right, Maggie. Kick me when I'm down. Can't you see I'm upset? She was the one girl in the world I really cared about.
Well, if you would have listened to me in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Piss off, Maggie.
All right, then. Good night.
Where are you going?
Home.
Oh, fine. Don't worry about me. You just toddle off and enjoy yourself.
Okay.
You're just going to walk out? Just like that? As if our friendship means nothing to you?
Yes.
Well, set off, then.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I just can't believe it. I reach out to help a friend in need purely out of the kindness of my own heart, and look at the mess it's got me into. I mean, where's the bloody moral in that?
Do you want to, talk about it?
Not really.
Fair enough.
Well, I suppose we could if you wanted.
Okay. Do you want to go for a drink or something?
All right. Cheers.
So, where do you want to go?
Oh, I don't know. Wherever you normally go. You don't think I'd be seeing Deb with you in my neck of the woods, do you?
3 more episodes from Paul Kaye's Perfect World next Tuesday night here on BBC Prime. On the way, surreal drama with Richard E. Grant in bed.